Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Wobo. We are back on a video on the YouTube channel, and today, guys, I got some more Cold War zombies for you guys. And basically what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm just gonna be doing kind of like a final review, but not exactly a final review. My final review will be later on, but I'm just gonna be talking about why the game kind of just didn't succeed, in my opinion, or succeeded the way I think is success, I'd say, or like what I would say was success for the Treyarch zombies. And that's just my opinion. I'm gonna state my opinion. Let me know what you guys think on my opinion. Let me know what you guys would change. Let me know what you guys think of this in general. So let's get into it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. Let's get into it. So first off, we're just gonna be starting from the beginning, and we're just gonna be talking about the map. So they released D Machine on release, and that was probably the biggest release of any zombies game that Treyarch has ever released, which is a good surprise and a great thing, because they only had probably 8 months to develop zombies, which isn't crazy time, but they had to develop multiplayer and campaign, which is why I'm kind of hyped for Vanguard, because they can only develop zombies, so they actually don't have to focus on the stressors of campaign and multiplayer. But basically, D Machine came out, and D Machine was actually a very fantastic release for the game, and it's not the best map possible, but the Cold War system kind of carried the release, which is what everyone liked about the map. And it was just kind of like a remake, but they did it right. It wasn't really a remake. It didn't feel like a remake, in my personal opinion, which I really liked about this game, is because they just remake the map that everyone really loved. Or Noct wasn't like it loved the map, but it's the first map of zombies that's ever came out, and they made it well. They made it better than Noct ever was, which Noct is the first map, so you can't really rank it poorly. But this is pretty D Machine's probably like a B tier map, but with it had the best launch, so the launch would make the map an S tier if you're counting that in. But we're just talking about the map in general as a B tier. But D Machine had a very great launch. I mean, you had like people like Tfue playing it, you had famous people playing it that would never play zombies, never even touch the game. And then it took them about 3 months, which was kind of a long wait for the community, probably one of the longest waits, but that would even get worse past Firebase C. So they would release Firebase C, which actually, in my opinion, was kind of the downfall towards the game, because Firebase C's release wasn't that good, because it took them so long to make it, and they had us like waiting on the map by giving us like shitty game modes, shitty side game modes like Cranked, which actually wasn't too bad, but you had Cranked, and then I'm pretty sure you had Jingle Hells, which in my opinion, I did not like that at all. It was not fun, in my personal opinion, but that's just that, and I just didn't like it like that. But they released Firebase C, and in my personal opinion, that was probably it was still a good release. It has a great layout for a map, but I just never liked the map in general. I never liked Firebase C. I would give it like a C or D rating, just because I don't like the map in general. It doesn't give me a good vibe when I play it. I don't like the map. It's too long setup, and that kind of ruined Cold War Zombies for me right then and there, and I stopped playing it after that. Like, I didn't stop playing it, but I stopped playing it as much as I would, because when D Machine came out, me and my friends would play every day, and we would get to around 100. We'd do stuff that would be kind of surprising out of my friend group, which we never got to round 100 on zombies, which was kind of surprising, and it just made the game more fun, in my opinion. And then they released Firebase C, which took them so long to release, and you would think the map would be better because you're waiting on such a long release. In my personal opinion, that was the worst map in this game, obviously in this game. But then it took them another 5 months, 4 or 5 months, something like that, to release Mauer der Toten, which Mauer der Toten, don't get me wrong, if Mauer der Toten was put on launch and that was the launch map, that would be way more successful than D Machine, in my personal opinion, just simply because Mauer der Toten's a better map. But after a certain amount of time with the Cold War system, it just gets old, and playing D Machine and Firebase C over and over and over again gets old, and you just feel like the same thing is just over and over again. That's the problem with these maps. It just feels like the same thing over and over again, and that's why I feel like it's not really succeeded. And if they've only launched 3 maps in the year, I think almost a year, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, something like that this game's been out, I think it's 10 months, and they've only released 3 maps. That is a map every like 3.33 months, which is just sad. It only took, in Black Ops 3, it took, I'm pretty sure, from, I think it was Zetsubou no Shima to Grad Krovi, that took 3 months, and that was the longest wait before this. And then And you would think with one map you would get quality over quantity, which was true with D Machine. It was good map, great map. In my personal opinion, I loved it. I would put D Machine in the S tier if Cold War Zombies did not fail, which that's what I'm gonna say. It kind of failed in my opinion. It died just simply because people were waiting on these new maps, and these new maps weren't that good. Like Mauer de Zone's good, don't get me wrong. Mauer de Zone's a great map. Probably this, I'd say D Machine's better, just because the launch, and Mauer de Zone's launch was even worse than Firebase Z's because people were already gone by then. People weren't waiting for Firebase Z to release or Mauer de Zone to release. People were waiting for Firebase Z to release because of their experience in D Machine, which was kind of sad to see because Mauer de Zone just didn't get as much love as it deserved, because it's actually a great map in my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion on the game. I just think it didn't succeed because of the lack of content, and the side game modes were just not as good as they could have been, and that's basically it. That's my main reasonings that why the game did not succeed, and why I guess you could say the game failed. And I mean, if they would have just released more maps, if they would, yeah, I would rather have quality over quantity, don't get me wrong, but the quality was not that good after D Machine, in my opinion. I mean, Mauer de Zone was a great map, but no one really cared about the storyline. No one really cared about the characters. No one really was intrigued into the game as much as, I mean, really all I did on this game was go for high rounds because I didn't really care about the Easter eggs too much. I did them, but I didn't really care about the Easter eggs, didn't care about the storyline, didn't care about any of that stuff because it was not intriguing to me. The characters were not important. They're not as just cool, I guess, as the old Zombies characters, and you can just play as any character you want. There's no like 4 starting characters, which is what I think they need to bring map back, and that'll have more people playing the game. But that's my personal opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, it's been your boy Wobo, and basically enjoy the clip. That's just my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Saucy, bitch, I do this often. My bitch is bad, she always in office. So I got the tags on running my body. Can't see the pads, I'm living too fast. With 20 my dash, I'm up, but I lost him. He wanna brag, I emptied his bag and took what he had. Don't care what it cost him. Then he broke, he turned into a hoe. As soon as before, the shit is exhausting. Ran on a hoe, I wanna be known. The stage of my soul, you Randy Moss. Already been broke, I'm better.